In this lecture, we will learn about map interface. We already know that collection framework can be divided into two parts. Number one is collection interface and number two is map interface. Number two is map interface. Map is the root interface of map and collection is the root interface of collection. In collection, we have discussed about list interface and set interface. In this lecture, we will learn about map interface. When we have stored objects in a collection, then we have stored only one object at a time. Okay, but in map interface we have to store a entry at a time, and entry is combined with a key and a value. This is individual objects. This is an object and this is also another object. Okay, now we will learn about the classification of map interface. The classification of map interface. We already learned about set interface. In set interface, the classification was something like that. Number one was set interface, set interface, then hash set class, then hash set, and then linked hash set. Here, a child interface was sorted set is interface, then navigable set, and the last one is tree set, and it was a class, right? It was a class and it was a class. Okay, we have learned it from set interface, but in map interface we just replace the set with map. Here it will be HashMap class, it will be linked HashMap class, it will be sorted map, it will be navigable map, and it will be tree map. Okay, and this is map interface. Okay, now we will learn the characteristics of HashMap. Okay, and as well as we will see some methods regarding to map. If we want to store an entry, then we should go for the method put. Okay, and if we want to get all values from HashMap, if we want to get all values from HashMap, we should use the values method. We should use the values method. Number three is if we want to get the key. If we want to get the key, then we should use key set. Key set method, and the return type is key set. Return type is set interface. Okay. Values return type is collection, right? Collection. If we want to get the entry, then we should go for this method, entry set. Yeah, entry set, and the return type is entry set. Return type is entry set. So here was the method regarding to map interface. Now we will see four constructors of HashMap. Okay, number one is HashMap. Number one constructor is HashMap. Number two constructor is HashMap. Here is int capacity. Number three is HashMap int initial capacity and float load factor. Okay, and number four is HashMap then map generics version, all types, extends k, all type, extends v, all type, extends v, then the variable. Okay, so in first constructor we see that it is a empty constructor, and the initial capacity by default is 16 and the load factor is 0.75, and the load factor range is always 0 to 1. Okay, and the second constructor is initial capacity. In this field we can declare the initial capacity of a HashMap, right? And number three is initial capacity and load factor. We can define the user defined initial capacity and load factor, right? And number four is HashMap. Okay, constructs a new HashMap with the same mappings as the specified map. We will see all and each and every constructor in practical. Okay. Now we will learn about the characteristics of HashMap. Characteristics of HashMap. Characteristics of HashMap. Okay. Number one characteristics is it is published in version Java API version 1.2. Java API version 1.2. It can store heterogeneous data. Number three is it can store null value. It can store actually multiple null values. We already know that in a hash map we have to store a value with key value pair. We know that key is a unique value. But value will be duplicate or can be duplicate. Okay. Number four is its method are non-synchronized. We already know that above Java API version 1.1 1.0 from 1.1 every method is non-synchronized. Okay. Here the fifth classification is it is not preserved. Means its insertion order is not preserved. But linked hash map, the main difference between hash map and linked hash map is in linked hash map the insertion order is preserved. Number six is the underlying data structure is hash table. Number seven is keys must be unique and values can be duplicate. Okay, values can be duplicate. And number 8 is we can get the value by using for each loop. Okay, so this was the introduction and this was the concept in HashMap. We will see the implementation in practically.